Uh, let's do this first.
Thank you very much, Mr.
A Hyundai President Trump delivers remarks. Hyundai announces investment. Interesting. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak here today, and thank you for the invitation. And
Only
congratulations
720.
on the
Fuck you.
remarkable start to your new term.
It's been good.
All right.
Great.
So Hyundai Motor entered the U.S. 1986. Since then, we have invested over $20 billion and now support more than 570,000 American jobs across all 50 nation states. Today, I'm pleased to announce an additional $21 billion in a new investment over the next 4 years. Our
21
largest
billion.
U.S. invest ever. A key part of this commitment is our $6 billion investment to strengthen the U.S. supply chain from steel and parts to automobiles. We are especially excited about Hyundai Steel's multi-billion investment in a new facility in Louisiana, which will create 1,300 American jobs and serve as the foundation for a more self-reliant and secure automotive supply chain in the U.S. To mark this milestone, we are honored to visit President Trump alongside Governor Landry and Speaker Johnson and Leader Scalise, deepening our partnership with the United States and reinforcing our shared vision for American industrial leadership. And this week, we are also proud to open our new $8 billion auto plant in Georgia. With this, our U.S. vehicle production will exceed 1 million units per year, as President mentioned. Our decision to invest in Savannah, Georgia, creating more than
Savannah,
8,500
Georgia,
American jobs, was initiated during my meeting with President Trump.
The Hyundai plant
in
at
Seoul
Savannah,
in
Georgia, or
2019.
well, I guess production
Yeah,
facility.
And after that, 2020 in Davos, I mentioned about the new plant. So American Jobs was initiated during at the time. Now, as we proudly mark the completion of this transformative project in coincides with the beginning of President Trump's second term, making this moment even more special.
Thank you.
Yeah. Furthermore, HMG will purchase $3 billion worth of U.S. LNG to support America's energy industry and enhance our energy security. All of these efforts will accelerate the localization of our supply chain in the U.S., expand our operations, and grow our American workforce. With your leadership, Mr. President, Hyundai Motor Group is proud to be a stronger partner in
Hyundai.
America's industrial future. I'd like to personally invite you to visit one of our state-of-the-art manufacturing facility and see firsthand our commitment to the United States and our American workers.
I don't think I would
So thank
ever
you
own a
to
Hyundai.
our
to
American
be honest.
partners and
I don't
employees
like Hyundai.
and communities. We are really proud to stand with you and proud to build the future together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I thought maybe we have our great speaker, and we have two very good friends, Mike and Steve, and you come from a certain state that we're talking about right now that we love, and I've done very well there. I've always won by a lot, and I love that state, so I was happy to hear about it. That's why I said, come on over. But Mike, would you and Steve like to say a few words, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. We're
Mike
excited.
Johnson.
It was mentioned earlier what a great start we've had to your second term, and we're just getting started. Everyone should know that. There'll be more of this because it's the policies that are bringing about the great growth, and it's about leadership. And we have a strong new leader back in the White House, and it makes a big difference because everybody around the world is seeing that, and everyone around the country is applauding it. We were on district work period last week, and Steve Scalise and I and our colleagues were traveling around the country doing campaign events, raising money, doing all the things that are necessary to ensure that we keep the House majority for the Republican Party. And I'll just tell you, I was in multiple states over the last week, and everywhere I went, Mr. President, people are excited. There's this great sense of relief, almost euphoria out there, because they know that America's back. This is the America First agenda. We're so grateful for these great friends with Hyundai to invest in Louisiana. We have extraordinary leadership on the state level, and leadership makes a big difference. We're so grateful to be a part of this. We want to tell you all this is a great investment in Louisiana and in America. More to come. Thank you so much. Steve?
Well, thank you again, Mr. President, for opening up the White House to this great group. Governor Landry has brought the same kind of energy to the governor's mansion in Louisiana that President Trump has brought to the nation in the White House. Some people marvel at President Trump's stamina. Over the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, we spoke by phone on some different legislative initiatives that we're working on with Speaker Johnson to continue moving the agenda forward. Those very things that President Trump ran on, he's delivering for the American people.
Yeah, I don't
and this
like
announcement
Hyundais.
by Hyundai is one more example of how that agenda that President Trump ran on to make America first again is working for the American people. When you talk about 1,300 plus really good jobs in Louisiana, those are all American workers. That's billions of investment coming in from Hyundai into the United States that would not have been here without President Trump's leadership. And I think people know that. They
I'm
see
fine
it.
with
It's been a
like
long time
a
coming, but
Chevy,
we applaud the work that Hyundai is doing with Governor Landry to come to
Mitsubishi,
our state. But for President Trump,
Mazda,
we're seeing this all
Honda.
across the nation, and we're just getting started. A lot more to come, Mr. President. Thank you.
Do you have any questions, please?
Ford.
Yeah, please.
The size of the investment, partly because of tariffs. On April 2nd, the reciprocal tariffs will go into effect. Is it truly reciprocal? Are there some countries
That's
that
all I
might
could
get
think of
breaks
right
and
now. I'm
sectors
probably
might get
okay
breaks?
with some.
Well, I may give a lot of countries breaks.
That's all I can
but,
think of
It's
right now.
reciprocal. And, we might be even nicer than that. You know, we've been very nice to a lot of countries for a long time. But I call it Liberation Day. April
Oh, yeah,
2nd is
Subaru.
Liberation Day. But today, as you know, we did something with respect to
wouldn't mind
Venezuela. You heard about that.
I wouldn't mind
And
a
that will
rally
be,
car.
quite important. We'll be announcing some additional
Some
tariffs over the
off-road.
next few days, having to do with automobiles, cars, and having also to do a little bit with lumber down the road.
But too
Lumber
bad you
and,
can't do that in California.
Chips. We're going to get all those chip companies
Not a
coming
lot of
back. They're
places.
already coming back without even doing it. So it's been very good. But we'll be announcing some others. But for the most part, April 2nd will be a big day. That'll be reciprocal day. And we'll be bringing some of the money back that's been taken from us. Let's be nice by using the word taken. I don't want to use a stronger word because these guys
yeah,
are professional
Mercedes.
politicians, and they don't like to hear those words. I refuse to use the word stolen from us. But that's
Countries mutually bring down tariffs. Are you seeing that
Oh,
negotiation?
it happened. Well, the European Union lowered their tariffs to 2.5%. We were only at 2.5% for cars, which is very low. And as you probably heard, that European Union lowered their number from much higher than that, many, many times higher. Surprised to 2.5%. So that was good. But I don't know that I expect that. It's up to them. But we have reciprocal tariffs.
Mr. President, your reaction to the story in The Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides have been discussing very sensitive material through Signal and included an Atlantic reporter for that. What is your response to that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of The Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
They were using Signal to coordinate on sensitive materials and
Having to do with
Oh, there it is.
what?
So I'm guessing this is what this one. I'm guessing that's the one they're talking about.
Having to do with what? What were they talking about?
with the Houthis.
The Houthis? You mean the attack on the Houthis? Well, it couldn't have been very effective because the attack was very effective. I can tell you that. I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the first time. Anybody else?
This announcement on Hyundai, is this a blueprint for you, for other automakers, to come to the United States to do what Hyundai is doing and investing so much in Louisiana and creating these new jobs?
Absolutely. That's a nice question from you. That's a shocking question, how nice it is, huh? That's okay. That's a question that's a good question, actually. Yeah, sure. Hyundai's a great company. We have other great companies coming in, and we have some that are going to be staying here and very much expanding. And we have a tremendous interest in every business. I can't just say automobiles, but automobiles is a big one. And yeah, this is the beginning of a lot of things happening. We've had, as you know, Apple's announced a $500 billion investment, and other companies have announced $250, $300 billion. But we're well into the $3 and $4 trillion mark, which has never happened to our country before. What it really means is jobs. All we care about is jobs, right? We care about quality and quality of life and safety and security.
Well, I mean,
We care about
given what
jobs.
he wants to do,
And,
you
they're gonna
need
have
a
we have
lot
people
of
coming in.
Governor Landry,
It's a lot of real estate.
How did you convince Hyundai
We
to
bought
come to
up
your
and
great state? How did you
then
convince
used
them
to
to come to
create all
Louisiana?
these fucking
It's easy. I
facilities.
told him we were going to have a great president this year, right? Look, again, I think that this is Americans seeing
Also, I think he wants
the
to
America First policy in
fabricate
action,
some
right?
of
It's not
these
just promises; it's about action.
materials
And
too
not only
here.
and I appreciate their patience because
Yeah,
all
we
last year,
start some
many of these legislators, the Speaker and the
production
Senate
of
President, we
more
worked
materials.
on making Louisiana as friendly for business as the president is making America. We worked on public safety. We worked on education reform, which the president's been working on. We worked on tax reform, historic tax reform. And what I can tell you is to echo what the president said, in Louisiana right now, I believe before the summer's over, we'll have $50 billion worth of construction projects going on in Louisiana. That is a record, Mr. President. It has never happened under any other president, under any other administration.
Construction
And I can
projects
only
going
look at
on in
the
Louisiana, eh?
leadership that he has brought, not only to the White House, but to the world as well. And so to have these executives come here
Uh-oh.
and say, hey, we
Looks
want to
like I
invest
gotta go live in
America. Because for
Louisiana.
decades now, what Americans have seen
Gonna
is
be a lot
jobs
of
being
jobs
offshore rather
opening
than
up
onshore.
soon.
And today's announcement is exactly that. This is a message for all America that this president and their governors out there care about the American worker.
And I have to tell you that if you have any trouble getting permits, which you won't, come see me. I'll get them for you. All right? But you're not going to have any trouble. You know, we had, when I first got involved in this world of politics, when I went down to Louisiana, you know, the two big LNG plants, and they were stuck for 14 years. They tried to get permits, and these were $12 billion and I think $15 billion plants. And they were working on it for 14 years in one case, I think 13 or 14 in the other. And I was able to get them in less than a week. And they were shocked. And probably some consultant got a lot of money for doing it, but nobody spoke to me about it. Other than this gentleman at the time, he mentioned it, and he did. They were in very much different positions, but they wanted to see if we could break the logjam. And I got it done in one case. I actually got it done in one day, and the other case I didn't do as well. It took a full week. And they built, and they're up, and they're very successful now. That was a long time ago, but we got it done immediately. You'll have no trouble getting your permits. I
ego
guarantee
boost
these people you're
himself
dealing with
here.
at top of the line. Okay, but just in case, call me.
On the Venezuela tariffs that you announced earlier today, sir,
Yes.
you said it's 25% for any country that does business
That's
with
right.
Venezuela.
If they buy their oil from Venezuela, they have to pay a 25% tariff to do business with the United States.
Is that on top of existing tariffs? So, for example, China.
Yes, that would be on top of it for existing.
45%
That would
tariff
mean,
on China
yep,
next week.
that's on top of existing tariffs, yes.
And so also next week, April 2nd, as you said, Liberation Day. Is that going to be sector tariffs as well as reciprocal tariffs?
It's gonna be everything.
Liberation
Yeah, it's going to be
Day.
everything, but not all tariffs are included that day. For instance, we're doing some.
He named
as
it
you know, we've already done steel and
Liberation
aluminum,
Day.
and that's at a 25% level. And we are going to be doing automobiles, which you've known about for a long time. We'll be announcing that fairly soon, over the next few days probably. And then April 2nd comes. That'll be reciprocal tariffs. But we may take less than what they're charging because they've charged us so much. I don't think they could take it. In other words, they've charged us so much that I'm embarrassed to charge them what they've charged us. But it'll be substantial. And you'll be hearing about that on April 2nd. And it will be Liberation Day because we'll be taking in large amounts of money for our country, and that's lower taxes and all of the things that are good. And jobs, a lot of jobs.
For the big corporate clients of the big law firms that you targeted with your executive orders, do you want those big corporate clients to find new lawyers?
I just think that the law firms have to behave themselves. And we've proven that. We have others that want to make a settlement also. They, having to do with the election and other things, they behave very badly, very wrongly. And I appreciate the one, you know, these are the biggest firms. And they all came back realizing that they did wrong. And that's why they're doing this. So I just think they have to behave. We have to straighten out our country. We have to straighten out our elections. Our elections are very dishonest, very corrupt, and we have to straighten it out. And it's so easy to do it. And we should go to paper ballots. We should go to one-day voting. We should go to voter ID. And just one other thing, proof of a thing called citizenship in the United States. Wouldn't that be nice? How simple is that?
Mr. President,
Proof of citizenship,
give
voter
me
ID,
my
one day
thing, even
voting
though
on
I
paper
don't have
ballots. You know, paper
money.
ballots are very secure. They have watermark paper. It's very intricate stuff. It's very
I want my house
technologically
down
advanced,
in
even
the
though it's paper.
suburbs.
And you'd have no trouble. You wouldn't have dishonest elections, and you'd have them all done by 10 o'clock in the evening. You know, France went to that, and not that I want to copy anybody, but many others have also. And they had 38 million votes, and it was all done at 10 o'clock. They had a winner, they had a loser. That was it. Nobody was complaining. And they had it backed up with paper. And it's so easy to do. The other thing, you'd save about, this would cost you about 8% of what the machines cost. So the paper would be much less expensive. So if you're looking to save some money, that's a good way to save it. So it's a shame that we've gone through it. We've gone through a bad election, really bad election. The election was so bad. And think of it. You wouldn't have had the
Mr.
October
President's
7th disaster.
not going to
Israel.
help you, dude.
You wouldn't have had Russia and Ukraine, because that would have never happened. You wouldn't have had inflation. You wouldn't have had the type of withdrawal from Afghanistan that you witnessed, which was probably one of the primary reasons that Russia went into
Shane's
Ukraine. They saw
talking
that
about
mess,
the
how badly it was handled. They
2020
said,
election.
wow, this is a paper tiger. That was handled by incompetent people. But that would have, we would have been out.
man.
But we would have kept Bagram, the big air base, which is 1 hour away from China where they make their nuclear weapons. Would have been nice to have it. But now, you know who has it now? China has it. And so an honest election. And we wouldn't have had
China.
inflation. You know,
China,
you had record-setting
China,
inflation.
China.
We wouldn't have had inflation. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to congratulate Hyundai.
I want
a
to
great
thank
company, and
everybody
we
for
will
being here.
do everything possible. And I will say you picked a fantastic state. You
Super
really
fantastic.
tremendous people and tremendous leaders. And Speaker, I want to thank you for doing a great
Fantastic
job. You and Steve. Thank
indeed.
you very much. Appreciate it, Steve. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
everybody.
Thank you. All right, there we go.
Well, President Trump.
Oh.
President Trump speaking alongside Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, lawmakers from
I thought they were
Louisiana, and
gonna
of course
ask about
Hyundai
the
executives.
thing.
This is Hyundai is announcing a $5.8 billion steel
please,
plant in the
please,
state.
go ahead.
South Korea's Hyundai is planning to invest $20 billion in the U.S. The facility will create about more than 1,400 jobs and will be used to produce high-quality steel to manufacture electric vehicles in the U.S. The investment comes as major international companies
we're gonna
race
get
to avoid
steel
President Trump's
production
tariffs,
plant going?
which are coming on April 2nd. This is Hyundai's first steel plant in the U.S. Still to come on One American News.
One America News
There
Network.
it is.
Your source for credible,
Hyundai's
unbiased.
first steel plant for cars. Vroom, vroom. Okay, there you have it. One America News. Say goodbye to those billions with no return? What do you mean? There's a lot of people who have Hyundais in America. In America. I mean, what's Hyundai's market share right now? Oh, I suppose. I should. The markets markets. We will. Alright, what about this? Hexeth respond to Atlantic article.
Indo-Pacific, shifting priorities to make sure we're deterring threats in the future. President Trump's been focused on that. Reestablishing the warrior ethos, rebuilding our military, and ultimately reestablishing deterrence is critically important. And so we're out here to talk to our commanders and, more importantly, meet with the troops all across the Indo-Pacific, and then our allies and partners, too, are going to be a critical part of ensuring the future in this region is free. And so we're glad to be here. It's a beautiful day. Had a full work day on the plane. Now we've got a full work day here as well, and looking forward to it. One question?
Can you share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in The Atlantic, and were those details classified?
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes.
Yeah, I was
time and
wondering
again, to
about
include
that too. I was like,
the hoaxes
where
of
did they
Russia,
get
Russia,
this
Russia,
information?
Or the fine people on both sides hoax.
Because apparently they got that information by
in garbage.
being
This is what he
able
does.
to get into some
I would
kind
love
of,
to comment
I don't
on the Houthi
know,
campaign.
group
Because of the skill and courage of our troops. I've monitored it very closely.
that
from the
he was
beginning.
talking to. I
And
don't
you see,
even know.
we've been managing 4 years of
it
deferred
didn't make any
maintenance
sense. It
under
sounded
the
like
Trump
a fucking
administration.
Reddit
Our
story.
troops, our sailors were getting shot at as targets. Our ships couldn't sail through. And when they did shoot back, it was purely defensive.
Right, it was the
or at
same with
shacks in
the,
Yemen. President Trump said, no more.
with
We will
the
reestablish
AI
deterrence.
JD
We will
Vance
open
and
freedom of
the
navigation,
other one, that
and
one
we will ultimately
too. I was like,
decimate
what the?
the Houthis.
This doesn't
which
make
is
any
exactly what
sense.
we're doing
Why would you need
as
to
we
do
speak
that?
from the
Because
beginning,
it's like, yeah, he said this
overwhelmingly.
thing back in the day, but why did you
Shared
need
on
to?
Signal, and how
Yeah,
did you
I
learn that
don't
a
know.
journalist
It was all
privy
weird.
to the targets, the types of weapons used, and
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click
So
here to
he's saying
subscribe to
he
Fox
wasn't
News
the one doing
YouTube
it.
page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Right, you also
will
have
not
to
get
kind of
it
tell,
anywhere
right?
else.
Some of the information that some of these guys put out too is like, kind of like, how did you guys get this information? Because they're all like, oh, I got it from a source. And it's like, okay. And it's like, I guess. But whenever you guys have said it was from a source, you guys haven't been very credible too. Like, I don't know, man. Oh, apparently the White House confirmed it was real. Did it? That existed, not the content of the messages. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, apparently an inadvertent number. Okay. I mean, how do you know that's credible too? They could just make up a story. I mean, there's people already making up stories on like 4chan and Reddit sometimes. And probably Twitter. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll find out if it's true or not sooner or later. Someone's gonna say something. Alright, there you have it. Hexeth's response. Let us take a look at what he says in this Greek Independence Day celebration. I didn't even know this was happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States,
Oops.
accompanied by His Eminence Archbishop Alpithophorus of America.
Everyone with their fucking phones, man. Can you even see what's happening? No, you can't. What the fuck, man? Get the hell out of here. That's a terrible.
Mr. President, first of all, allow me to offer the congratulations of the Greek American community on your re-election to the presidency of our nation. We all look forward to a bright future for all Americans. I also want to thank you for creating the White House Faith Office, which promises to be an extraordinary collaboration between your administration and all faith leaders. Today, Mr. President, you bestow extraordinary honor upon the Greek American people with the annual Greek Independence Day celebration here at the White House. As ever, we are all humbled by the prestige of this celebration, and on behalf of all, I thank you. Thank you for continuing this wonderful tradition that recognizes the Greek roots of democracy. We are here to celebrate the world's first democracy, Greece.
Oh.
But we are here also to celebrate the world's greatest democracy, the United States of America.
Wow. Thank you very much. Why are you?
We acclaim and remember
Why are you
the
gassing
immortal
people?
heroes of 1821,
Just
who, like those of 1776, gave their all to attain liberty for their land. Mr. President, we especially thank you for your commitment to Christianity, and especially the Christians of the Middle East, who keep Christianity alive and thriving in the lands of its origin. As sons and daughters of the Mother Church of Constantinople, whose longest serving leader in history is His All Holiness, our Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, we thank you for your unwavering support of the spiritual mission of the Ecumenical Patriarchate in Istanbul. Mr. President, you lead the world. You are the leader of the world. You are the leader in championing
Wait, did he
freedom
just call out
and peace
Turkey?
between all people. We are very grateful
Hey,
to
Hassan.
you for your support
Hassan.
of Greece
Yes,
and your
son.
support for the cause of justice in Cyprus. Through your leadership, you embody the values of our Christian faith and love for the gospel. You remind me of the great Roman emperor, Constantine the Great.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, that's interesting.
This emperor, your dear Mr. President, is the one who founded and built the magnificent city of Constantinople, my birthplace. No,
well, that's why it's called
known
Constantinople.
today as Istanbul.
Because it was named after
It is
him.
my great honor to present you with this holy cross. This cross is the very symbol that led this great Roman Emperor Constantine to victory. As Christ revealed to him in a vision, he said, "En tuto nica," told the emperor, means go with this and be victorious, Mr. President.
Wow.
This cross
That's a very
is an
fancy cross.
everlasting symbol of peace and an invincible trophy, a sign of divine strength and guidance. With this cross, I pray you bring peace to the world and make America invincible.
Oh no, make America invincible. Wow, they gave it. That's a pretty religious cross there. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. What was his name?
Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you very much. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I'll take it. Thank you so much. Greek Independence Day. Wow. I'm delighted to welcome to the White House the hundreds of proud, hardworking Greek American patriots. I know so many of you. I like most of you. Some I don't like. They get to be very tough. Pretty tough people out there, but that's okay. We love you. We love you all. In a few moments, I'll sign the proclamation to officially recognize tomorrow, March 25th, 2025, as Greek Independence Day, celebrating 204 years.
204
That's right.
years.
Celebrating 204 years of glorious Greek sovereignty and freedom. That's a long time. That's a great. That's a
And
great
they're
thing you're
asking
doing,
the
and,
Americans
such an
to
honor
do
to
this
have
for
you.
some reason.
So,
Just to watch over it. I don't know
having
why.
His Eminence, the Archbishop, with us is very special. And I've been doing this from the very beginning. We missed 4 years, unfortunately. Bad things happened. A lot of bad things happened. And the world wasn't doing so well for 4 years, but we're doing well now. We're doing better now than we've ever done. We have things happening with our country that are incredible. And in terms of businesses coming in, I think we're close to $4 trillion now. Nobody's ever even heard of anything like that. And they're coming in, Archbishop, they're coming in at levels that we have never seen. And we're doing well, and the Greeks are doing well. They'll always do well. And I want to thank some of the wonderful Greek Americans working tirelessly by my side, members of my administration, friends of mine, and just incredible people. The President of Science and Technology Policy, Michael Kratsios. Where's Michael? Hello, Michael. Thank you, Michael. And Deputy Secretary of State, Michael Rigas. Michael, thank you very much.
Do I have Michael?
Thank you very much.
I have to go back.
I also want to thank Greeks for Trump. Those are the ones I really like. Christos Marafartsos. Christos, where's Christos? Good-looking guy he is. Thank you very much. And we also have some very powerful Greek politicians like Gus. Gus, will you please stand up? Nobody sees you. Gus Bilirakis. And he's a great friend of mine, and he's doing well. You're doing well, aren't you, Gus, huh? Yeah, I always say, stand up a little higher, Gus. And Mike Herodopoulos. Mike, thank you very much. Where's Mike? Mike, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Lance Gooden. Where's Lance? I don't know how much Greek you have in you, Lance. You have? Oh, the Greek. You do have. That's the ultimate. You're right. And Joe Wilson, our friend, Joe Wilson. Joe, thank you.
Bishop
Thanks.
Elpido.
Thank you, Joe. And EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, who's got a big job.
Oh, is he the...
He's got a big job. He's got to get those permits out fast because China gives fast permits, right? They don't even do permits. They just say build. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Chief Financial Officer of Florida, Jimmy Patronis, who's running in a big race. He's running in a big race, and I hear you're doing well in the polls. You got to win that one, but they got to get out and vote, right, Jimmy? Yes, sir. But you're doing great. And my former chief of staff, who's a terrific guy, Reince Priebus. Reince. Hi, Reince.
I didn't even know that this
Reince
was
is
our
a
Archbishop.
terrific guy, and another terrific guy
Maury.
and a woman, by the way. We have John Catsimatidis, #1, and his beautiful wife, Margot. And I want to thank you. And your daughter, Andrea, is here. Good. Wow, that's good. We have the whole family. He's done a fantastic job. The family has with ABC, and they have the biggest radio show and biggest station, I think, in New York. So good. So we have to really be nice to them when we think we're going to win New York. And if you have him on your side, but it's a great family. Thank you very much, my friends, for a long time. Thanks, John. Let me also extend a special welcome to Ambassador Nassika from Greece and Ambassador Sava from Cyprus, two very friendly rivals. Thank you both very much. And the bond between the United States and modern Greek nation goes back more than 2 centuries. On March 25th, 1821, Greek patriots began their noble fight to reclaim their destiny from the grip of a foreign empire, a very powerful foreign empire. President James Monroe said at the time that the whole civilized world had a deep interest in a victory for the Greek people. President Monroe understood that Americans were bound by history and culture to the birthplace of democracy and the cradle of Western civilization. From the pages of our Constitution to the architecture of this capital city, this wonderful city of ours that we're fixing up, starting to shape up very nicely, isn't it, huh? To the very words of the English language, the legacy of the Greeks is all around us. It encircles us. But perhaps the greatest gift we have inherited from that amazing culture is our incredible Greek-American community that is now more than 3 million strong. I worked very hard. I worked very hard on getting your votes, but we didn't need to because we got them by a lot, right? We won by a lot, and we love them, and they love us. But we're joined today by one extraordinary Greek-American citizen, Alex Skarlatos. And you know the story of Alex, inspired by his grandfather who fought against the Nazis and the Greek resistance. Alex joined the National Guard after high school 10 years ago following a deployment to Afghanistan. You all read about this. Alex and his friends were On a train from Amsterdam to Paris, when a bloodthirsty radical Islamic terrorist began shooting innocent people all over the train, they were falling left and right. In an act of tremendous valor, Alex and his comrades charged the gunman despite being completely unarmed and beat him into submission. And where is Alex? He's around here someplace. Get up here, Alex. Get up here. Come on, Alex. Get up here, Alex. Before providing life-saving aid to an American who was shot and hurt so badly, Alex's bravery helped save countless innocent lives that day. And today he continues to serve his country as a member of the Oregon State Legislature. So, Alex, come up here for a second. I just want to shake your hand. Come up here. That's a big story. He had a lot of. I don't think I would have done that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Come here.
Thank you. I
Want to
appreciate
say
it.
something? Go ahead.
Oh. Well, one of the last times I was here was actually to watch our movie that Clint Eastwood directed, and we watched it with the president. And that was, I think February of 2018. And I honestly was surprised because I thought the president would watch about 10 minutes and then leave. And he stayed for the whole movie, which I was very impressed by because we played ourselves in the movie and the acting wasn't the best, but it was a very accurate movie.
That's why.
And the best part was when it came to the part where we were beating up the terrorist, he hit me on the shoulder and was like, right on. And I was like, well, so that's one of the top tier memories for me. So I just wanted to say thanks so much.
Oh, road rage suspect stabbed at England. Well, there you go.
Thank you, Alex. We're also joined by another Greek American who first came here from Athens with $75 in his pocket after becoming an American citizen, Steve Valitsis. Where is Steve? Steve, that's our good story, Steve. He's got plenty of cash now. So you started off with $75, and today you have a lot of money.
No.
But Steve built one of the most respected catering companies in Washington and all around the East Coast. And they have proudly catered the inaugural banquet in the U.S. Capitol for every president since Ronald Reagan. And I must tell you, he just did ours. He did 3. The one we didn't show up to because something happened. He was ready to do 3, but something happened on the middle one. And we did awfully well that day, I will tell you. But he just did one on January 20th, 2025, and everybody is still talking about the great food and the great service, and you did a fantastic job. There were a lot of people. Thank you very much, Steve, and your family. Thank you. Also, many of you know Steve's daughter, Alexandra, as the director of the White House Visitors Office. Congratulations to Steve and Alexandra. Great job. Great job. Thanks, Alexandra. Great job you do. You do a fantastic job at the White House. Also with us in person, and a person that really is a great friend and been a great friend for a long time. I've known this woman, although she's very young yet. I've known her for a long time. She came here, and she loves our country, and she loves Greece, and now she's going to be the future ambassador to the Hellenic Republic, Kimberly Guilfoyle. And I'm going to say, Kimberly, come on up and say a few words. Kimberly, come. She's really a good person. She represents the Greek culture very well, I will tell you. She's very proud of it. Kimberly, please. Thank you, sweetheart.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much of everyone being here. And I tell you, this is the honor and privilege of a lifetime to serve this country and to serve a country that I love so much, that is so near and dear to my heart with Greece, and to do it under the guidance, the leadership, the most important, powerful president that this country has
J.D.
ever
Vance
seen.
did go to Greenland. Why were they saying he wasn't going to Greenland? What the fuck?
And I know his love for the people of Greece, the birthplace of democracy. And today we celebrate and cherish our rich history and our
J.D.
enduring
Vance is
bonds,
gonna
the
send his
United
wife
States
over
and
instead.
Greece, and the founding
What
of
are
the
you
Hellenic
talking?
Republic. And under President Trump, no, sleep well at night and wake up in the morning feeling hopeful and optimistic for a man that will fight for the economy of this country and of Greece, for religious liberty and freedom, and for the enduring alliance of Greece and the United States. God bless you all. Thank you for having me.
Four more years. Jesus.
Thank you, Kimberly. We are well represented with Kimberly. Do we agree? Thank you, Kimberly. From Washington to Chicago, from New York to Detroit, from Philadelphia to the famous Tarpon Springs. You know all about Tarpon Springs, Florida. Greek Americans have blessed our country with exceptional courage, patriotism, and tremendous skill. Under this administration, we will continue to honor the virtues, ideals, and spirit of this magnificent heritage, and it is indeed magnificent, that has flourished for thousands of years, from the golden age of ancient Greece to the golden age of America. That's where we are right now, the golden age of America. Right, John? Once again, let me wish you all a very, very happy Greek Independence Day. It's an honor, again, to have Your Eminence. It's an honor to have you with us. I appreciate it very much, and I appreciate that magnificent cross. It will be with me always. And I'd just like to finish by saying you are a very, very special people. I wouldn't have missed this. I was very busy today. I had something. They took me away, and I said, well, isn't that the same day we're celebrating Greek Independence Day? They said, yes. I said, cancel the other one. It was a very big deal. It was not easy to do, my friend. It was not easy to do, but we did it, and it's now my honor to sign the proclamation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
There it is. Signing the proclamation of Greek independence. I can't even see him sliding. I wonder what they're talking about. Okay. Playing some like Greek-inspired music, musings. Okay, is that it? Okay, I guess that's it. There we have it. Greek Independence Day celebration. Yeah.